everybody, welcome back. It's Thursday, almost to the weekend. Today we're going to be doing stretch and core, a little more stretch than we did last week, kind of work on some hip and lower back, and then it'll go into core towards the end. You'll see that I've got a mat today. I've also, for a stretch, if you're not the most limber person in the world, like me, I have a blanket. I also have a yoga block, but you can also use either pillows, books, just something to help you sit up straight or to pad your bum. If anything in the stretch is really uncomfortable or painful, just release the stretch, kind of relax, take a couple of deep breaths. The first part of this workout it's mainly just to stretch us out and just kind of relax and let the day go. Whatever we do for the stretch, this is something that can be done through the week, because remember, we're all sitting at our desks more often than not now, working through online classes. So between those classes, or if you have a break, get a little stretch in, because sitting there all day, the back and glutes, they can get a little sore. So kind of do a little rehabilitation for that. So let's come on down to our mats and get into our stretch. What we're going to start with is cat-cow. And you'll notice that my knees are shoulder width apart, my hands will be shoulder width apart. And if I go from a flat back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to relax, bringing my belly button down towards my mat. There's your cow. Now I'm going to stretch up and I'm going to push my spine, and I'm going to push with my hands and go into cat. Okay? Relaxing, coming down, going back into cow. You can go ahead and join me at this point. Going back into cat. Coming down. And what you're thinking of is big inhalation while you transition through. And then when you go up for your cat, you're thinking big exhalation. Relaxing, coming back down for cow. Pushing up, going for cat. We're going to cycle through one more time before we go into our next stretch. Just nice and easy. Pushing up, heading for cat. Coming back to center, go ahead and relax a little bit. If you need, shake your arms out at any point, because we'll be either on all fours or a high plank for a little while. And I know the arms can get a little tired, especially if you did the upper body yesterday. So take little breaks as you need, and be sure to drink some water through this. What we're gonna get into now is rock backs. And again, knees shoulder width apart, coming over my hands, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rock back. We're gonna rock back 5 times at this kind of narrow stance with my feet kind of together. And every time I come out and I rock back, I'm gonna push and try and sink my hips back towards my feet. Okay? Let's go ahead and come down. We'll go 3, 2, 1. Pushing back. Holding. Relax. Come up. Heading back. There's 2. Push. Driving those hips towards the feet. Coming back up. Pushing back for 3. Couple of deep breaths. Coming up, pushing back for 4. Relax and come up. Pushing back for 5. Each time, trying to go a little deeper. Coming up. Now what you're gonna do, that's your 5 for that set. Now, for that part of the set, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk our knees out just a little wider, and you'll notice through my legs you can see my toes there, and that's kind of where I want my feet. is I want to start angling in, and that'll help open the hips up, okay? Make the movement a little bit easier. As you go out with the knees, go a little bit slower because the stretch will be a little more intense. So go 3, 2, 1, rocking back, pushing with my palms, driving my hips back, coming up, pushing back for 2, driving those hips back, relax and come up, driving back for 3, push nice and deep, go ahead and relax, driving back, here's 4, breathing each time, just let the tension go, coming up, last drive, number 5, push with the palms, nice and deep. Coming up, go ahead and relax, take it a little easy, shake those arms out a little bit. From there, we've done a thread the needle exercise. Today it's just going to be a T-spine rotation from a quadruped position. And again, feet shoulder width apart, or knees shoulder width apart. I'm going to stay on my right. I'm going to put my left hand near my ears. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to touch my left elbow to my right arm. Then I'm going to twist, open it up to the sky. Twist, okay? And I'm not just moving my elbow, I want to twist through my torso. And that's what gets the lower back and the thoracic spine. So that's what we're shooting for. We're thinking 5 slow reps on the left side, 5 slow on the right, and then we'll move on, okay? So planting on my right, elbow, we'll go 3, 2, 1, turning, trying to touch my right arm, turning up, point that elbow to the sky as far as it's comfortable. Go ahead and relax, coming back, that's 1, elbow to arm, twisting, elbow to sky, that's 2, coming back, nice and easy. Turning out, pointing that elbow up to the sky for 3, turning back, elbow to right arm, turning back out, elbow to the sky for 4, we got 1 more. Coming back, elbow to right arm, turning out, elbow to sky. Coming down, go ahead and relax. Shake that right arm out a little bit. Getting ready. I'm going to take my right arm, put it up towards my head and down, right arm to left. Okay? We'll go 3, 2, 1. Right elbow, turn it up, right elbow to sky. Open up. Coming back, right elbow, left arm. Turning up to the sky, that's 2. Coming back down, right elbow, left arm. Turning up, open up for 3. Turning back, right elbow, left arm. Turning up for 4. Coming back, last rep. Turning up, right elbow to sky. Coming back to center, go ahead and relax. Put your arms down, grab a little drink of water, and take it easy. Not trying to tear ourselves up today. Stretch out some of that week. Get us ready for the weekend. So from there, we're going to work into a couple of downward dogs, and then we're going to do a different variation of downward dog to a pigeon. For downward dogs, we'll do 5 downward dogs, and then relax, and then I'll break down the next stretch on the build up for the downward dog pigeon. So, downward dog, coming into our high plank. We're gonna do 5 of these. And what you're trying to do is you try and go from your high plank, drive with the palms of your hands, putting yourself in a pike position. The harder you push with the palms of your hands, you're trying to drive your heels into the ground. Okay? And then we'll come back to high plank and then drive back. All right? So let's come down to high plank. We'll get ready. 3, 2, 1, driving back, palms of hands, driving those heels to the floor. Couple of deep breaths. Coming forward to high plank. Hold for just a sec. Pushing back with your palms, go back into that pike position, driving those heels to the ground. Couple of deep breaths. Coming forward, that was 2. We're going for number 3. Hold for a sec. Driving back. Heels down, butt up. Pushing with your palms. This is number 3. Coming forward. Hold. Driving back. Heels down, hips up. Pushing with the palms. That's 4. Last one. Driving back. Heels down, hips up. Couple of deep breaths. Coming forward. And relax. Good job, nice work. Those are our downward dogs. And now we're going to build on it a little bit. What's going to happen with your downward dog is once you get to your downward dog, I'll tell you what leg I'm going to lift. You'll also see it. You can start with whatever leg you're comfortable with, but we're going to raise a leg up. Now, the object, what you're trying to do is to keep the leg straight. If you're really tight in the lower back and hamstrings and glutes, you're going to have to bend your knee a little bit. You'll notice both my legs, I'm going to be bending them a little bit. And then when you come forward into the pigeon, you have to sweep through to sit on a leg. And what it looks like, so if I go from my high plank, downward dog, if I raise my left leg up, hold, sweep through, and sit. Now notice my hands are still planted on the ground. I'm not just driving myself into this leg because this can be really intense on the glute, the hip, and also the knee. So I'm going to keep my hands planted, and also my back foot is on the ground. So if I need a little extra support there, I can have that to where I'm not putting a lot of weight on this leg right here. If you want to make it more intense, you can bring the knee down, you can kind of hold yourself into it, give yourself a little rock for the glute, okay? And that's the pigeon. After that, it's support yourself, slide back, and back into downward dog. And then we'll do the opposite leg. We're gonna do that twice on both sides, and then we'll rock and roll into our next stretch, okay? So I'm gonna start with my left leg, coming into my high plank, getting ready for my downward dog. We'll go 3, 2, 1, pushing back, drive the hips, bringing up my left leg, hold, coming through, sweeping up, bringing that left leg up, sit into it as deep as you feel comfortable, okay? This is the part we're gonna take a little bit of time on, just to kind of stretch that hip out a little bit. This helps us for when we get to like the 90-90 stretch that we're gonna do in a little bit. Supporting yourself, going back to high plank. Once you're in high plank, get ready, driving back, bringing up that right leg, hold, coming through, right leg plants. Remember, you can use that back leg in your arms, support to where it's comfortable, and kind of ease yourself into that stretch. Still breathing. It shouldn't be there shouldn't be enough discomfort to get you to start holding your breath. It should feel pretty good. Supporting your weight, sliding that right leg back. Again, downward dog, driving back, hips up, left leg, last one on the left, hold, sweeping through, planting on that left, hands down, and kind of sink into it. What you'll notice your second time through is you might be able to get a little bit deeper in that stretch. Supporting yourself, grabbing that left leg back into a high plank, pushing back, hips up, right leg up, hold, bringing right leg forward, sweeping through, back into your pigeon. And just give yourself time to sink into it, letting those glutes open up. After a few deep breaths, supporting yourself, come back to the high plank, hold, and relax. Good job, nice work. Beautiful. That's a nice stretch. Really gets the hamstrings and glutes. So from there, we're gonna go into a 90-90 stretch. And one thing is again, if you're tight in the hips as far as your upper leg, internal and external rotation, anything like that involves the glutes. If you're really tight, this is what a blanket or a rolled up mat, or if you have a couple of yoga blocks, you might want to just sit on the yoga block. I'm going to use my blanket to bring my hips up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, if my legs are in front, I'm going to put my right leg in front first, and then my left leg's going to go back. Now, if you notice, we can kind of get in a position where we can be comfortable with this, but where we want to be is I want my thigh, I want to be in an L with my front, and my toes dorsiflexed, or the foot is going to be not pointing. All right, now that back leg, you need to get that even as well, and try and get that at a 90 degrees. Now, if you notice, even with me on a blanket and my hips hiked up, if I'm here, I want to fall over, that's where my yoga block comes in. And what I do with the yoga block is I push myself up to where I'm sitting nice and tall. All right? This here, for some of us, this is as far as we're going to want to go. Okay? Because it can be this back leg, right in the glute area. You can feel kind of a pinch. If that's the case, decrease the 90-degree angle a little bit. Or hike yourself up a little bit higher to release some of the pressure on the hips. All right? If you're here and you're just like, okay, this is a good stretch, and you want to add some intensity to it, what you do is sitting up, you don't go forward or side, however you want to stretch, you don't slump into it. You bend from your hips. I'll use my yoga block, I'll move it all around my body, and I'll just come forward. My chest is still open, I'm not slumped into this, okay? And that just adds some intensity to the stretch. Once I go there, I'm gonna come towards my toes, sitting nice and tall, and I'm gonna see how low I can get there. And that leaning forward is gonna tag this glute, or all the muscles in that hip, that side of the hip, okay? Now, if you can, so I'm sitting at about 11 o'clock right now. If you can turn to 9, sitting up straight, that's awesome. I might be able to get maybe 10:45. That's about as far over as I go without slouching. So that's as far as I go. And then I lean forward a little bit for the stretch. Then I relax. Now, staying at that angle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach my arms back, and I'm going to sit back into it. Now that back leg only go as far as it's comfortable, because it's going to target that part of the hip on this back leg when you're leaning back. Coming up to the top, From there, now we can relax and we're gonna switch sides, okay? You'll notice with this, one side is gonna definitely be easier than the other. My right leg being in front is a lot easier than my right leg being in back. And you'll notice that, because I'm not gonna stretch much, okay? Again, get yourself set. If you can be 90 degrees in the front, you know, watch your angles, get yourself set up. Once you get set, sit nice and tall. Just sitting into the stretch itself. If this is where you're at, that's great, great place to be. From here, I'll walk my yoga block forward, and I'll just come straight forward. Relaxing, sitting nice and tall. I'll turn to my toes, and I'll go forward. Again, one side might be a little tighter than the other. And we just respect that, sit into it maybe a little bit longer. Over time, it'll open up for us. From there, if you can turn further, I can turn, but I can't lean. So I'm gonna go back to about where I was with my toes. But if you can turn towards your right knee, then you're gonna lean forward from there. Okay? Holding. After a couple of deep breaths, then we're gonna relax. And again, now this side's really tight for me, so I'm just gonna put a hand here, and that's about as far as I'm gonna be leaning back, because this back leg is really, really tight for me. So that's as far as I go. Over the weeks, I'm gonna try and notice, am I gonna be able to get a little bit further? And then we relax. Go ahead and come back to center. Come up a little bit, shake it out. That stretch can be a little intense, but my hips feel so good after that. It's a good way to go. That's gonna round out our stretch. What we're gonna work into is core and abs. So that is where we're at. If you were here for just the stretch, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I look forward to seeing you on Friday for lower body. Those that are sticking around, let's start with our core. We're gonna go into a bird dog. And normally when I do bird dogs, I haven't really given you guys a lot of variations, but we're gonna do a couple variations today. So what you can do is a regular bird dog. If I go onto all fours, again, knees shoulder width apart. What I'm thinking is opposite arm, opposite leg. And for this, if I start with my right arm, I'm gonna lift my left leg. Okay? Now when I lift that left leg, I'm thinking squeeze my glute. Okay? It's not a swing it up. You want to squeeze. Same with the shoulder. Coming down, squeeze. Okay? That's our regular bird dog, is here. Some of us might want to take and make it a little more intense. You can come up to a high plank. I stand a little bit wider with this, but again, squeeze, squeeze. Okay? And the final version of it is from a low plank. And that's where you're from your elbows. Okay? All right? So those are your variations. We're gonna be going for 30 seconds. The first round, I'll be breaking the exercises down. Second and third rounds, we'll just kind of speed through them. We'll take maybe 10 to 15 seconds between exercises to catch our breath, and then attack it. So starting with bird dog. Coming on all fours, either variation, it's up to you. We'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. And this is at your own pace. What I will that you try not to speed through the motion. Feel those muscles contract versus then making your movements very jerky. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work. From there, we're gonna go into mountain climbers. Everybody's favorite, right? So we're gonna go into, now with your mountain climbers, the thing I'm gonna change up is you're not gonna be doing these really quickly, okay? These are gonna be really controlled, and you're trying to drive knee to same side elbow. Knee to same side elbow. For today, I'm not having you cross your body. The other part is pace, is I'm not gonna be running through these. I want you to squeeze, squeeze. A variation, instead of having your toes off the ground, is you can tap, tap, okay? And that'll help take some of the body weight. The other variation that you can use is we can do these on a chair, okay? So if I'm up in my high plank, and I'm still knees to elbow, okay? So these are variations. It's all good, all right? So let's go ahead and get ready. High plank, nice and easy. 3, 2, 1, begin. Just a good steady pace, nothing too fast. Halfway there. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Take it easy. Good job. Nice work. Nice deep breath. So, after our mountain climbers, we're going to flip over onto our bellies. What we're going to start with is crunches, but kind of the way I like to do crunches. Instead of thinking I have to always go to my knees, what I'm going to think is I'm going to have my hands up, or I'm going to have my hands up, and all I'm thinking of is touch the ceiling. Okay? That's as far as you have to go. No knees, no coming all the way up. Just engage. Try and get those shoulder blades off the deck. All right? 30 seconds. We'll go 3, 2, 1. Begin. Nice steady pace. Notice I'm not trying to flop back down to the ground. Trying to control myself up as well as going back down. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work. Couple of deep breaths. From here, we're gonna go into reverse crunches. And a couple ways to do it is if you start with your knees up and you just come down and back up, okay? If you feel that your lower back needs a little support, you can take your hands, slide them under about where the hips meet the lower back, that little slope there, and then you've got a little more support. If you're looking for something a little more intense with the reverse crunch, is you straighten your legs and then bring them back up, okay? Nice controlled movements. We'll get started, 30 seconds. We'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. This is at your own pace. Just good, controlled movement. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relaxed. Couple of deep breaths. Nice work so far. The last one we have are scissor kicks. And you'll notice flutter kicks are here. Again, if you need support, your flutter kicks are here, scissors are here. And I do switch what foot I put on top. Right, left, right. Okay? So those are our scissor kicks. Again, 30 seconds. Go ahead and get ready. Set. Begin. Just a nice steady movement. Halfway there. Three, 2, 1, and relax. There it is, good job. Round 1 in the books. 1 down, 2 to go. So that being the end of round 1, now we can take a little rest. Recover. And go from there. Now when you stack exercises, your recovery can be upwards of 2-3 minutes sometimes. We don't have that kind of time. So 45 seconds to a minute. But when you're stacking exercises, you definitely, when you get done with that circuit, let yourself recover. Make sure when you're hitting it, you're able to get back to that same intensity that you did the previous set. Okay? So, almost there. Got about another 20 seconds. It's our favorite 20 seconds. So we're going to be starting with our bird dog variations. I'll call the exercises out, and we're just going to kind of rifle through as one after the other. Go ahead and get ready. We're going to come to our high plank, starting with bird dog. Go. Ready, set, begin. Nice and steady. Control your movements. Halfway there. Hang in there, stay with it. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take a couple of deep breaths, going into mountain climbers. Remember, those can be chair, high plank, whatever tickles your fancy. We'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. Good job, stay with it. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Rolling over onto our backs. Going into our crunches, pointing up to the ceiling. Couple of deep breaths. 3, 2, 1, begin. Just trying to get the shoulder blades off the deck. And don't let yourself flop back down. Control. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Couple of deep breaths. Going into our reverse crunch. Again, this is where you can have your hands behind and either knees bent or legs straight. All right? We'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. Nice and steady, halfway there. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work so far. One more exercise. And that'll round out our second set. Again, these are those scissor kicks. All right, hands behind the bum. We'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, please do. It would look more like this. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job, good work. 2 down, 1 to go. I like it. Woo! Good way to round out for Thursday. It's amazing, good job. Grab some water. If you find that your abs are getting really tight, you can come back. You know, since we have like another 30 seconds, I'll come to my belly. Stretch it out a little bit, get a couple of good deep breaths from here. Breathing through the belly. And then come up and kind of relax and go that way. Kind of takes some of the tension away from there. So, we got 1 set left. 1. It's a good place to be. 2 in the bank. Coming back, heading for our bird dog. Go ready, set, begin. Last bird dog, stay with it, hang in there. We're doing awesome. We are almost done. 15 seconds. Just 4 more exercises. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Couple of deep breaths. Get ready for mountain climbers. All right? We'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. "15 seconds. Finish strong. Last set of mountain climbers. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Rolling over onto our backs. So close, heading away, heading to our halfway point of the set. Going back for crunches. Get ready, set, begin. Good job, halfway. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job, nice work. 2 exercises left. Couple of deep breaths. Going into our reverse crunch. We'll go ready, set, begin. Knees bent or legs straight, it's up to you. 10 seconds down, 20 to go. Finish strong. 10 seconds. Go 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work. 1 exercise left. Scissor kicks. Couple of deep breaths. Getting ready. Go 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last exercise. Let's put this in the books. "15 seconds. We can do anything for 15 seconds. Stay with it. Hang in there. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Punch the clock. There it is. That's our Thursday. Good job, everybody. Nice work. That's your stretching core. Appreciate you guys joining us. Like I said earlier, tomorrow, lower body and a little bit of shoulders. If you have any questions, you can hit me up at Coach Whalen at overlake.org. Or if you just want to say hi, I'm all good with that. So thank you for joining us and look forward to seeing you in the future. Happy Thursday.